Hello, welcome back to the reading of the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 3, Chapter 404, Part 3. At Joppa, Jesus speaks to Judas of Kerioth and to some Gentiles. They are eating small black olives when they hear someone knock at the door. And shortly afterwards, the landlady enters, saying, "Master, you are wanted." Who are they? Strangers. But it's not possible. The master is tired. He has been walking and speaking all day. In any case, Gentiles in the house? Now then, the 12 are in a turmoil, like a beehive which has been disturbed. Hush! Peace. It does not trouble me to listen to those who look for me. It is relaxation to me. It might be a trap at this time of the day. No, it is not. Be calm and have a rest. I rested while waiting for you. I will go. I will not ask you to come with me, although I tell you that it is to the Gentiles that you will have to take your Judaism, which will be nothing but Christianity. Wait for me here. Are you going alone? No, never, says Peter, standing up. Stay where you are. I am going alone. He goes out. He looks out of the main door. In the twilight, there are many men waiting for him. Peace be with you. Do you want me? Hail, master, replies an old, imposing man. He is wearing a Roman garment that shows under a short brown mantle, with hood on his head. We spoke to your disciples today, but they could not tell us much. We would like to speak to you. Are you the ones of the rich offering? Thank you, on behalf of the poor of God. Jesus turns round towards the landlady and says, Woman, I am going out with these people. Tell my disciples to come and meet me near the seashore, because if I am right, these people are merchants of the trade center. And seafarers, master. You are right. They all go out together onto the main road, which is bright in the moonlight. Have you come from afar? Jesus is in the middle of the group, and beside him there is the old man who spoke previously, a handsome old man with a sharp Latin profile. On the other side there is another elderly man whose features are clearly Jewish. Around them there are 2 or 3 thin people with olive complexion, lively and somewhat ironical eyes, and then some sturdier people of different ages, about a dozen people altogether. We come from the Roman colonies in Greece and Asia. Some of us are Jews, some Gentiles. That is why we dared not come. But we were assured that you do not despise Gentiles, as other people do. The observant Judeans, I mean, those of Israel, because elsewhere also Judeans are not so severe. In fact, I, a Roman, am married to a Judean from Lycaonia, whereas this gentleman, a Jew from Ephesus, is married to a Roman woman. I do not despise anybody, but we must be indulgent to those who cannot yet consider that. As there is one only Creator, all men are of one blood. We know that you are great among philosophers, and what you say confirms it. You are great and good. He is good who does good things, not who speaks well. You speak well and do good things, so you are good. What did you want to know from me? Today, forgive us, Master, if we annoy you with our inquisitiveness, but it is a good inquisitiveness because it seeks the truth with love. Today we wanted to learn from your disciples the truth concerning a doctrine which was already mentioned by ancient philosophers of Greece, and which you, so we are told, are now preaching once again, making it more extensive and beautiful. Eunice, my wife, spoke to some Judeans who had heard you, and she repeated your words to me. Eunice, you know, is Greek and learned, and she knows the words of the wise men of her country. She found a resemblance between your words and those of a great Greek philosopher. And your words have reached also Ephesus. And as we came to this port, some on business and some to celebrate the rite, we found ourselves among friends, and we talked. Business does distract people from thinking also of other higher matters. After filling our emporia and holds, we have time to resolve our doubt. You say that a soul is eternal. Socrates said that it is immortal. Do you know the words of the Greek master? No, I did not study in the schools of Rome and Athens, but tell me. I will understand you just the same. I am acquainted with the thought of the Greek philosopher. Socrates, contrary to what we Mormons believe and also to what your Sadducees think, states and maintains that man has a soul and that it is immortal. Consequently, he says that death is nothing but liberation for the soul, that passes from prison to a free place, where it joins those whom it loved, and where it meets the wise men with whose wisdom it was acquainted, and great people, heroes, poets, and where it no longer finds injustice or sorrow. There is instead eternal happiness in a peaceful residence, open to the immortal souls which lived in justice. What do you say, Master? I solemnly tell you that the Greek master, although in the error of a false religion, was stating the truth, saying that the soul is immortal. As a searcher after truth and a lover of virtue, he heard the voice of the unknown God whisper in the depth of his soul, the voice of the true God, of the only God, the Most High Father, from whom I come to take men to the truth. Man has a soul, one, true, eternal. Mistress, worthy of reward and of punishment. It is entirely his. Created by God, it is destined, in God's thought, to go back to God. You Gentiles devote yourselves too much to the cult of your bodies. The human body is really a wonderful work, on which there is the mark of the eternal finger. You admire your minds too much. Man's mind is a jewel enclosed in the coffer of his head, from which it sends forth its sublime beams, a great celestial gift of God Creator, who made you according to his thought with regard to your figure, that is, a perfect work of organs and members, and he gave you his likeness with his thought and spirit. But the perfection of the likeness is in the spirit, because God has no members or dull flesh, as he is not subject to sensuality or incentive of lust. But he is a most pure spirit. He is eternal, perfect, immutable, indefatigable in acting, continuously reviving in his works, which he paternally adapts to the ascensional march of his creature. The Spirit, created in all men by the same source of power and bounty, knows no variation of the original perfection, but knows many of them after it is infused in the body. One only is the uncreated and most perfect Spirit, and it has always been such. 3 are the spirits that were created perfect, and you are one, Master. Not I. In my body, I have the divine spirit that was not created, but was generated by the Father through exuberance of love. And I have the soul created for me by the Father, as I am now the man, a perfect soul as befits the man God. But I am speaking of other spirits. Which, then? The 2 first parents from whom the race descends. They were created perfect, and then they voluntarily fell into imperfection. The 3rd one, created for the delight of God and of the universe, is too superior to the possibilities of thought and faith of the present world to be pointed out to you. The spirits, as I was saying, created by the same source, with the same degree of perfection, are subject, through their own will and merit, to a double metamorphosis. So you admit a second life. This has been a reading from the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 3. Chapter 404, Part 3. At Joppa, Jesus speaks to Judas of Kerioth and to some Gentiles. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow. May God bless you, and may peace be with you.